what's going on, friends and Freedom Crusaders? Hope you're having a great day. Hey, I wanted to just go live real quick and let you know about a fun adventure that I'm about to embark upon. Tomorrow, I drive out from Southeast Idaho, where I live, and I'm going to be driving down to Cedar City to pick up my business partner. And then we're going to be driving to Phoenix, Arizona to attend a really awesome and amazing event called Freedom Fest, HBA Freedom Fest. So I wanted to just go live and share what's going on, a couple of tips, maybe some things I'm thinking about, and then potentially invite you to follow along this week through some of my content, because I'm going to be meeting a lot of really amazing people who have built lives of financial freedom, people who are on the path to building lives of financial freedom. And I have a feeling I'm going to be having a lot of really great insights this week. And my goal is maybe at the end of every day, or at some point all throughout the week, I'd like to come online and share, some of the things that I'm picking up. So, hey, Sean Canty, good to see you, brother. Are we seeing you there live this week, Sean? I'm trying to remember if I saw you check live on the list. Hey, such an exciting time. Yes, it is such an exciting time. So, yeah. So first, before I share with you, some things that I wanted to share in this video. I wanted to share with you a couple of ideas that are bouncing around in my brain right now. Tessa Pineapple says, so excited for the event. I'll be on the live stream. Awesome. So can't wait to see you on the live stream, Tessa. So actually, let me just show you my office here real quick, because it is nuts, like the amount of preparation and work that we've put into this. So there's my futon in my office, and those two boxes are filled with awards. I've got this huge tub that's filled with electronic equipment. We've got, stands, projector screens, that projector. We're bringing two projectors. We're bringing all kinds of crazy stuff. And that actually kind of relates to I wanted to pass along a couple of lessons that are helping me with this event, because we're planning the whole thing, like start to finish, nuts and bolts, everything. And what makes this one a little bit different than the ones we've done in the past is when we contacted the hotel, we're staying at this beautiful hotel in downtown Phoenix. And the quote for the AV came back at like $5,000. Now, this event that we do, it's kind of special in that all of the money beyond event expense goes to an organization called Feed My Starving Children. So we want to keep the costs as low as possible because we want to donate as much as we can to Feed My Starving Children. So $5,000 for AV to my business partner and I felt like that could help feed a lot of kids. Actually, I could pull up my calculator. $5,000 to Feed My Starving Children will provide, let me tell you here, over 20,000 days of meals. And so for that reason, and also for one other reason, one other part of our philosophy and part of the way that we strive to live our lives and the way that we strive to build our company is to, eliminate unnecessary expenses. This is a really good philosophy to have if you're building a life of financial freedom. It's the philosophy that my wife and I had for our entire marriage. And even though now we're in a place where we can afford to, maybe be a little bit more wasteful and extravagant if we want, and sometimes maybe there's a time and a place for that. For the most part, we want to adhere to those principles and conserve as much as we can. Don't spend money that's not necessary. And so because of that, yeah, someone says that's a lot of equipment. Because of that, Mike and I, we decided that rather than paying the $5,000, we would figure it all out ourselves. And it felt a little crazy. And we've had people say things like, hey, you guys are stressing yourself out unnecessarily. Maybe it would be better to just hire it out. And yes, I get all of that. But we really wanted to save the money. And also we wanted the adventure, the adventure of learning new things. And it has been an adventure, and it's been a challenge. It's been fun trying to figure out. And here was the complicated part about it is we're going to be live in a room. And so we've got the speakers, which we bought and we're bringing with the stands. We've got the mics, which we have and we're bringing. And we've got music that we're playing, walk-up music, walk-off music, background music, and doing that legally entails having licenses. And I've never got music licenses before, so there was all the research that went into, okay, what licenses do we need? Where do we get the licenses? What kind of licenses? Because what I discovered is that, one place we got one of the licenses from allows you to play the music live in a room, but that license doesn't cover live streaming the music. And because we've sold some live stream tickets and people are going to be looped in virtually, now we got to get a digital license. And so anyway, that ended up being, 3 different licenses with 3 different contracts that we had to, get in place. And so that was something to learn that was kind of fun. But back to the audio visual, playing the audio in the room with the speakers, but then also having the audio work for the people on the live stream and not having feedback loops, and then being able to take people from the live stream and broadcast them onto the screen in the room so that they can interact with the room. That's a whole different level of complexity. And Mike and I didn't know how to do it. And so, we're like researching, like, okay, hey, what equipment do we need? We're on Amazon, buy, ordering all these things. And then all the stuff shows up to my house, and, I've got this office filled with all this stuff. And it's like, okay, now how do we hook all this together so that it works? And so we're hooking stuff together and then testing it out, and then it's not working. And then I've got Mike on a Zoom, and, we're brainstorming back and forth, and Mike's giving me ideas. And then Mike's like, hey, I got this thing we could buy. It's called a wave deck. I've got one at my house. Maybe we'll get one and that'll work. So I ordered this wave deck, and long story short, it was Friday, just a couple of days ago, where we did a test that worked, successfully. So it's like 3 or 4 days before the actual event, and it's like, yes, it's all working. And still, we're going down there in the room. Is it going to work there? I think it will, but there's these unknowns, that they're going to be in place, and so that's where I wanted to pass along 2 tips. I actually fell asleep last night listening to a book. Chase, what's up, brother? Chase Swift, looking forward to Freedom Fest and seeing everyone. Thanks for preparing everything for a great time. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chase. Thanks for your helps. Chase is going to be a speaker at the event. Chase just crossed 4.5 million views on one of his YouTube channels. Is that incredible? And so Chase is going to be teaching YouTube. And Chase is also going to be helping us with some photography. So thanks for that, Chase. So anyway, the book that I fell asleep listening to last night is called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And maybe you've heard of it. I've heard about this book so many times over the years, but I've never taken the time to listen to it or read it. Mainly because, I don't really see myself being in war, or at war. But I thought maybe there's some ideas in here, that can apply to life and business. And sure enough, there were a couple ideas. So one of the ideas from that book is he said that the general who has done the most calculations prior to the war, that's one of the keys to determining, who's going to win a battle. And so with what Mike and I have been dealing with and preparing for this event, at one point I told Mike, our goal, my goal is to think through everything in as much detail as we can prior to, play it all through in our imaginations, test all the equipment, cross all the T's, dot all the I's in our minds. In other words, perform the most calculations prior to the event. And then once we've done as much preparation as we possibly can, after that, it's just have faith and deal with reality as it unfolds. Because undoubtedly there will be change. There already have been changes that have popped up, where adjustments are needed. And there will be more, this week. But the fact that we've done everything that we can to prepare, after that, it's like, it's in God's hands. It's in the hands of the universe. It's in the hands of, reality. And all we can do now is just show up with a smile and hearts that are ready and willing and excited and happy to serve, and just handle things as they come about and not let them stress us out, but have fun with them. And so that's what we're going to do, you know? And so the two tips, and I think these apply to anything that you're doing in life, is perform the most calculations that you can mentally, think through everything that you can, plan as good as you can. But then after that, you've just got to let it go and get into it and start taking action and handling things as you're moving forward. So I wanted to pass that along. That's helping me and my mindset as we're heading off to this event. And by the way, I see we've got some live viewers. If you haven't already commented, let me know who you are down below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're catching the replay, let me know who you are. So before I close out, I did want to share just a couple of things that I'm most excited about regarding this event. We've got a full day of speakers, some great speakers. So I'm excited about that. I have a 45-minute speaking slot, and I've got most of that planned. I don't have I've got some I've got to finish up. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Will I finish my talk? We'll see. I'm super excited about the people that are coming. Our vision is freedom through principle-centered leadership, and we tend to attract the most amazing, loving, giving, positive, heart-centered, high vibration, faith-filled people. Excuse me, I keep clearing my throat. We tend to attract those kinds of people to our community. And so I'm super excited about the handshakes and the hugs and the conversations and the off to the side masterminds that are going to happen through this event. That's one of the things I'm most excited about. Also, I'm excited about the awards. We've got trophies that we're going to be giving away. We've got these beautiful trophies. A bunch of people are getting these trophies. We've got these trophies back here. These are called benefactor trophies. And so in our community, for those who are building the income side of what we do, when they build their business to a point where they, through their production, have helped to provide 500 days of meals to starving kids, they achieve what's called the benefactor contribution level. So we've got those to give out. I'm excited to bring people on stage, congratulate them, recognize them, lift them up, give them a mic, get to hear their thoughts and their feelings. I'm so excited about that. We're also giving away 2 rings at this event. These are our oak benefactor rings, and I need to get some sandpaper out and shine mine up. But these rings are solid. They're crushed diamonds with our logo, the oak tree there. And on the inside, one side is inscribed freedom, and the other side is inscribed principle centered. And these rings are so cool because they don't scratch. So if they rub up against another material, the other material will rub off onto the ring. And then when you want to clean it, you just take sandpaper and clean that ring, and then it looks brand new again. And so we give these to affiliate partners who, through their production, have helped to provide 5,000 days of meals to kids in need throughout the world, and also have given service and contribution to our community. Those are the 2, requirements for achieving that ring. And we're giving away 2 of them at this event. And these are not, these rings are expensive rings, and I love them. It's so meaningful to me. I have one, my business partner has one, and now we have 2 more people who are going to get these rings. So I'm excited about that. Virginia Gaskin in Kentucky. Hey, Virginia. Arnita Webb says, hi, Paul and everyone on the live. We're into very special times as a community. Absolutely. Hi, Arnita. Can't wait to see you on the live. And Robin Williams, what's up, Robin? I think, Robin, you're going to be there live too, I think. I checked the spreadsheet this morning, so I'm excited to see you. So yeah, I'm excited about the recognition. And that's kind of the event part. And some other things I'm excited about. One day we have planned to go to Feed My Starving Children headquarters and be on site. So back in 2016, when we started our company, we decided that we wanted to have some sort of charitable aspect tied to all of the sales that we created as a community. And we searched and searched and searched, and we found this organization called Feed My Starving Children, and they have a very high percentage of the money that you send to them that actually goes to doing the good. And we wanted to make sure that was the case. I forget what the percentage was, but I think it was over like 95 or 96% or something like that. So that attracted us to this organization. A couple other things attracted us to this organization. They, in addition to taking donations to provide these meals to kids, they also have a lot of volunteer work happening. So they've got packing centers all over the country, and people can go and volunteer to help pack the meals, which reduces the expense of paying somebody to do it, which means more of the meals go to the kids, more of the donations go to the kids. And also, I think it's just really cool that people can go and participate in doing this good together. To me, that was really meaningful to know that people, their hands, their hearts, their minds, their souls are being contributed in addition to the dollars that are being contributed. So we like this organization for those reasons. Another thing that I really like about this organization is they don't take any money from the government. Not saying taking money from the government is a bad thing, not criticizing people who take money from the government, but I really like the fact that they don't. And they rely on good people doing good things together of their own free will and choice, just coming together to do something good. I really like that about Feed My Starving Children. And so in 2016, we said, this is the one. And so for all of these years, 6 years now, we've been sending money to this organization every month. Last month, I forget how many meals it was. Maybe somebody can remind me if you saw the email. But it was a lot. It was I think it was like 5,000 days of meals we sent off just for last month. And so we've been donating and sending money to this organization. And for the first time in our history this week, we are going to be there in person as a group together packing these meals. And there's a lady, her name's Jessica, and she's always done a really great job of reaching out to us periodically. And she'll leave us voice messages like, hey, Freedom Crusaders, your donation this month helped to provide this many meals to kids. Thank you so much. And she sends thank you cards in the mail. And she's just always showing gratitude for what we're doing as a community. Chase. So I was off. Thank you so much. So 9,531 days. I've got too many details in my brain. I'm like, can't hold on to all of them. Yeah, that's last month. 9,531 days of meals. So our grand total since we started our company and community is 163,962 days of meals. How cool is that? Like, that is so cool. Amy says we donated 12,000 days worth of meals from our last event. That's true. Yeah. So our last Freedom Fest event, 12,000 days of meals. That's above and beyond what we just normally send on a monthly basis. So, so anyway, Jessica, I talked to her last week and she told me, she said, Paul, because they have two packing events going on. They've got one at their headquarters, and then they have another big one going on in Scottsdale, Arizona. And she is going to be required at this Scottsdale one. And when I told her, when we scheduled, the time that we were going to be there on location at their headquarters, she's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to be there because we've got this other huge packing event going on. And I was like, darn it, I was really looking forward to meeting you. And last week I talked to her and she said, Paul, I've got to be there. I'm going to make some time to be there for your group because you guys mean so much to us. And I really want to be there and thank your group, thank the community. And so she's going to be there. So I've been communicating with her and we've been communicating with her for 6 years, and I get to meet her in person and we get to meet her in person. So I'm really excited about that part of this event. Also, we're going to have cameras and pics and I'll just be there having a great time. We also have some activities planned. I'll share just one. We have a sunset hike planned together. We're calling it the Sunset Hike. And there's this place in Phoenix where you can climb up on this hill. I say climb, it's more of a hike. You walk up. And when I used to live in Arizona, I went to college in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I got my college degree. And I used to go up on top of this hill. And what's really cool about it is if you go there at sunset and you see the sun go down, it's a beautiful place to watch the sunset. But when the sun is gone, you get to look out over the city of Phoenix, and it is a stunning view to see the lights scattered all over the valley. I mean, it really is and it's an experience to remember. It's an unforgettable experience. And when I was in college, I got word that my father had passed away or transitioned. I was just talking to my wife last night about how I don't like the words passed away. So my father transitioned, into the next life while I was going to school. And my dad, I had an interesting, story with my dad. Some of you guys may know this story, some of you don't. But when I was 8, my dad left my family. So I didn't see my dad from when I was 8 years old until his funeral. And when I was in college in Phoenix, I got the phone call that my dad had died and that his funeral was coming up. And so there was a moment when I was in Phoenix where I hiked up this hill, this sunset hike as we're calling it. And I sat on top of the hill and I looked out over the city of Phoenix, and I forgave my dad for any negative feelings I had toward him for leaving my family. And I think I did have some negative feelings toward my dad because it was hard growing up without a dad. But I remember just sitting on top of that hill, looking out over the city of Phoenix and just saying, I forgive you. And maybe having a few tears fall down my face. And it was a really healing experience for me to recognize that my dad was probably just doing the best he knew how to do with whatever information and knowledge he had available to him at the time, to recognize that my dad probably had some demons that he was dealing with that were hard to deal with, and to not hold that against him, and instead have love and compassion and goodwill and good wishes for him, on the next phase of his journey. And so this hike, I'm excited to take it again for myself, to go back and visit that spot and maybe think about, this is what I'm thinking about, is, are there any other areas or people or things in my life that I need to forgive? And maybe this will be an opportunity, a metaphor for me to let some more things go, and I think it's important that we do this. I was watching a training a while back from a really, really smart guy, and he's a clinical psychologist. And he was making the point that if you have things in your past that are unresolved or that you haven't dealt with, they can really hold you back from moving forward in the most powerful way you possibly can. And so one of the things he recommends is writing out a history of your life, like where you started, everything that's happened up to this point in time, writing it all out, thinking about it. How do you feel about it? Dealing with it on paper. And part of the purpose of that exercise is so that you can mentally and maybe spiritually just deal with it all, make sense of it all, handle it all, be at peace with it all, so that you can then write out your future and then move forward in a powerful way. And so this sunset hike can be an opportunity for me to do some more of that work. And then I'm going to be there with some of my best friends in the world, people in our community that are on this journey of building lives of freedom, that are on this journey of, doing everything they can to live a good life, to live a moral life, to reach for the highest they can in all aspects of their lives. And so this is just going to be a really special moment, I think, and I'm really looking forward to it. So we got some more stuff planned. I won't go into all of it, but that's some of what we've got on the agenda for this week. And so I'm going to be packing today and heading out tomorrow on my way to Mike's. And I'd love to invite you along. If you're not going to be there on the live stream, if you're not going to be there in person, but maybe you followed some of my content and want to just, take the adventure with us. I'm going to make a commitment here on this video to, as busy as we're going to be, and it is going to be busy, it's going to be busy, but busy in a good way. I'm going to make the commitment now here live to do at least one video every day, all week long, and do the best that I can to gather up, like Jim Rohn said, gather up the past so you can invest it in the future. I'm going to make it one video this week where I'm going to try to gather up some of the best nuggets and insights and experiences and do my best to gather them up and pass them along to you so that hopefully they can be an investment in you and your better future. So if you want to catch those, probably the best way to stay tuned to this journey is to subscribe to my email list, pipelinemoney.com. and I'll be emailing that content out. You can also follow me on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Twitter's cool. I just upgraded to Twitter Blue last week, so I'm excited about that and where that's going to go. But yeah, pipelinemoney.com. Subscribe to my email list and or follow me on whatever social media channels you're following me on. And tune in for the adventure. Maybe I'll catch some interviews this week and pass them along as well. So that's all I wanted to share. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Please send me good thoughts and good vibes on this journey because it's going to be an adventure. So, all right. Have a good one, guys. Take care and bye for now.